Hi everyone. Today we are going to do 4.3 vertex form and standard form. So you will find the vertex, axis of symmetry, function values of quadratic equations by using calculators. So you know how to use a calculator, your life become very easy, right? Let's start from actually do now. So you remember how to do this, right? Convert this vertex form to the standard form and then find out what is y-intercept. Can you do it? I'll give you about 4 minutes, right? So let's try together. So what is the first step? Yeah, you do the x minus 3 square, right? Because you remember PEMDAS. So x minus 3 square, right? Common mistake is many people distribute the negative 6 to here first and then square later. And also another common mistake we did was when you do the square, you do the x square minus 3 square. That's a common mistake, right? So what is a square? You multiply x minus 3 twice. It's not x square, 3 square. All right, so your step is like this. So x minus 3 times x minus 3, and then you keep the negative 6 in front of the parentheses, also plus 12 outside. And what should you do? Make sure in the parentheses, you should FOIL this, right? FOIL. So in the parentheses, you keep the negative 6 again, and x times x squared, x times negative 3, negative 3x, and then move to the negative 3. Now, negative 3 times x is negative 3x, negative 3 times negative 3 is positive 9, and then parentheses plus 12. Now what should you do? Either you simplify, combine like terms, this one first, or you can distribute everything and later combine like that. It's up to you. You have choice. So now this one, they distribute it. So negative 6x squared. So negative make a change all the signs, right? So plus 18x. Negative 6 times negative 3 is 18, and x. Negative 6 times 9 is negative 54, and then plus 12. And what should you do? You combine like a terms, this and this. So 18x plus 18x is, yes, 36x. So negative 6x squared plus 36x, negative 54 plus 12 is negative 42. So what is y-intercept? Yes, this number. This C is the y-intercept. So y-intercept is negative 42. If you draw the graph, because the coefficient of x squared is negative, it'll upside down, right? Downward. The parabola is downward. Okay, so let's see today's message. Today's lesson. So we are going to use the calculator for this one. X squared minus 4x plus 5, and then to do what? So how to find the vertex, axis of symmetry, and the f of 2 value. But if you put into the, x equal 2, you can get it, or you put into the calculator, you can get it. All right, and the f of negative 4. Let's do it one by one. So, but now we learned that in the algebra 1, vertex is formula is x equal to negative b over 2a. And then if you get the x value, you plug it here and they get the y value, right? So what is b? Negative 4. So negative, negative 4, which is 4 over 2 times, what is a? 1. So 2 times 1. So 4 over 2 is x value, you will get the 2. And then you plug 2 to here, 2 square minus 2 times 4 plus 5. So 4 minus 8 plus 5 will be 1. Am I correct? You can get this way by using the formula. But today we are going to use the calculator. So how do you use the calculator to get the vertex? So now, if you are going to put into the graph mode, how to get it right, y, x, if you click here, you can put the function, And then we go to the second, calculate, CALC. So trace above the trace, you see here, this one will click, then you will see the thing. So I wrote down like this. And then vertex is always the minimum of the function value when the graph looks like this. But if it is upside down, what happens? Instead of minimum, you should click the maximum when it is upside down, right? Maximum. And when you get it, if you remember how to get the zeros in the quadratic equation, I don't think I explained it yet. Later we'll do it. Then, so when you get this point, you need to set the bound. The calculator will ask you set the bound in the left bound, the right bound. So this point must be in the middle, but this will be the minimum. But calculator is kind of, it's like it's a program, so they cannot find exactly the, this minimum value immediately. So what we should do is we should set the range from where to where. The computer can get the millions of times function and find all the values from here to here. So then, and compare all the values and to find out the minimum value. That's what the computer doing behind the calculator. So we don't see how the calculator works, but it's very fast. So, it's like 1 second. So how do you set the bound? Here, left side of your value. And how do you set the right bound? Here, right side of the, your minimum value. And then if you enter, it'll ask you to guess, and then enter one more time. The calculator will give you here, minimum is 2, y value is 1. So x is 2, y value 1, 2, 1, right? So I showed you how to find out, the vertex by using the formula briefly. Even though you don't remember, it's okay. But if you remember, it's better. Go back to the screen or slide. You can find the formula. But now, I want to show you this by using actual calculator. All right. So this is a formula, but I'm going to show you by using the actual calculator. So if you get it, you'll get 2, 1. And if you get the vertex, then axis of symmetry is x equals 2, right? The vertical line which passes through the vertex. So equation is x equals 2. And go to the table. You can find out the function values. But to show the work, you plug in here and then get the value. All right? So you plug in x equals 2. Then you get the 1. And for negative 4, also plug in. So negative 4 squared minus 4 times negative 4 plus 5. Make sure when you substitute negative values, you should use parentheses. And then you put this exactly like this in the calculator, you will get 37. But this one, so I'm going to show you how to use the calculator. So I will get the calculator, this one, okay? Now I need to put the function. Let's see the function. Y equal to x squared minus 4x plus 5, right? So I'm going to clear the function. So I'm going to clear, how do you clear it? Here. And then put the function in the graph mode, x squared minus 4x, and then what is it? Plus 5? Yes, plus 5, plus 5, and then enter and graph. Your graph will be like this. Now, if you see the graph in the screen, it looks like 2 and 1, but we are not sure, right? The vertex is here. Looks like 2 and 1, but sometimes very confusing. So how do you find the exact vertex? So what did he say? You remember the steps, right? You remember the steps? Here, I will show you. The steps are like this. Second calculation, right? So second calculation, you put second calculation here, right above the trace here. Then, do you see where's was it minimum or maximum? This is the minimum y value. This is the lowest y value. So it's minimum, right? Then we are going to find the minimum. Number 3, you can go down by this arrow, or you can click the number 3. All right? Or go down by the arrow, then you should click the enter. Now, as I told you, the calculator asks you what? Left bound. So you move this cursor is here. You know that your minimum value is here. You should move your cursor to the left side. Anywhere is okay. Here or here doesn't matter. Anywhere left side of this. So you are already there. Then we enter. Okay, left bound. Now, what did your calculator ask you? Ask you right bound, right? Right bound means your cursor must be in the right side of the minimum value. So how do you move this cursor to the right side? You click the arrow. Do you see? The cursor move, right? Keep moving until it passes the minimum. Now it's okay. Anywhere on the right side, you move, doesn't matter now. So and then you do the enter. And then it asks you to the guess, right? Guess. It's not, you didn't get the answer yet. If it asks you to guess, you should enter. It's not the answer yet, so you should enter, right? Now it says minimum here. Minimum, right? What is x equal to? 2, y equal to 1. So this minimum value is the vertex. If the graph is upside down, when you have a negative coefficient for x squared, then the vertex will be maximum. So you should find out the maximum. So everybody understand how to use the calculator. So you go to the second calculation and find out minimum or maximum for the vertex. Everybody get it, right? So once you get it, now you know the vertex. If you know the vertex, you write down here, and the axis of symmetry is always start with x equal the x value of the vertex, because it's a vertical line here. All right, right? So vertical line. And then you write down x equals 2. And then f of 2. I showed you how to get the f of 2, right? But now f of -4, so I already explained. But to check, you need to show this work, but to check your answer is correct. What do? You can go to the calculator and let's see second table. And now f of 2 means when x is 2, what is y value? So when x is 2, what is y value? 1, right? So f of 2 is equal to 1. Did you get 1? Yes, it's correct. Here, do you see 1, right? So this is 1. How about f of -4? 37. Do you see the 37 here? F of x is -4. The table shows you 37. Good. Everybody understand how to use the calculator for, function values, vertex, axis of symmetry? Yes? Do you have any question? Now, let's move on. Then we are going to error analysis. Can you find out what the error is from this? Identify error in your breakout room. I'll give you about 5 minutes. So discuss each other and then identify errors and correct it. And also in your paper, you should write down why the error is. What was the error, the reason you should write down. All right. Okay. Now let's try what is error. So this is a vertex form, right? This is a vertex form. But we know that x is the opposite, y is the same. X is the opposite, y is the same. This is a vertex form, so we can find that vertex. But x value is a positive 4, negative 4, opposite. So it's a negative 4, which means x value must be positive 4. But y is the same, positive 5. Oh, x is not negative 4, right? X is supposed to be positive 4. So your maximum, you get the y value 5. You get the maximum 5 when x is positive 4. So vertex is 4 and 5. If you draw the graph, it is upside down. All right. If you put the function exactly like this in the calculator, you can see the graph also, and it will show you, where the vertex is. Also, you can look at the table too. Okay. So now, if you see, you will have A to F, about 6 questions like this. Please finish it, and then if you go to the last, that there is the exit slips. Please finish, and then you know where to turn in the Google Classroom. All right, then I will stop here.